Hey guys, Gemmy God here, and today I'm going to be showing you the Gemmy Airblown Inflatable Patrick Pirate. Now, this was actually sold last year in 2022, and they're actually bringing it back again this year with a new design. And so instead of just having, Patrick dressed up as a pirate as he was in that one episode, ARG, they actually decided to give him a full-on pirate costume. And, yeah, I'm going to be kind of frank. ARG is probably one of the weaker episodes of SpongeBob, whether it be Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. I don't know. It's just like, I try to watch that episode. It's not that very interesting to me. But it did give us the Weast meme. You know, the one where he's like, oh, East? I thought you said Weast. But that's besides the point. When I heard that they were making this, I figured that I didn't have the Halloween SpongeBob. I actually bought this first. Back when it was actually newly released. I got mine on eBay because that's where I get pretty much all of my stuff nowadays, but occasionally I'll find something at a thrift store to purchase, but 9 times out of 10, my stuff comes from eBay. Simple as that. But yeah, it's nice to see that more SpongeBob characters are actually getting merchandising treatment from Gemmy Industries. It's not just the SpongeBoy himself. But this actually isn't the first time that a secondary SpongeBob character was featured on a product that Gemmy made. If you recall, Gemmy actually did an Airblown Inflatable of, it was a base fan inflatable of SpongeBob with his pineapple house and Gary was beside him. But then again, there was also the talking SpongeBob with jellyfish, so I think that counts as like the first SpongeBob Gemmy item to feature a secondary SpongeBob character. But if not, then definitely that aforementioned inflatable with the pineapple scene and Gary. Yeah, that would definitely be the first. But here's the box. It says Nickelodeon, SpongeBob SquarePants 3.5 feet tall, energy efficient LEDs, Patrick Airblown Inflatable. Patrick Airblown Inflatable. Here's the side. Nickelodeon, 3.5 feet tall, lights up, Patrick, and there's Gary right there. And look, they actually brought back the old instructions on their inflatables. Really need to see them on the backs of boxes again. Way to pander to nostalgia, am I right? But wow, they really went thoroughly detailed with these instructions. But ensure that the air intake, they basically just put like the instruction manual on the back of the box. So instead of it like being easy 1, 2, 3 setup, they go through the entire setup process. No, seriously, like, this is what you find on the instruction manuals of the inflatable. All you have to do is the easy 1, 2, 3 setup like you used to, because when you display it like this, it really makes it seem like it's not so much of an easy 1, 2, 3 setup. I mean, it's still an easy setup, but it kind of makes it a little bit more tedious, because you gotta, like, do this one per unit, like, if you're gonna use them outside. You gotta find a place to put it, plug it in, use extension cords if necessary, stake it down, rinse and repeat for, the remaining inflatables you intend to use for your display. So it does make it kind of a tedious process depending on how many inflatables you have. And trust me, I've been there. But all that hard work does pay off in the end. It really does. But there it is, 2022, Viacom International Inc., all rights reserved. 2022, Gemmy Industries Corp., which was sold at Walmart. Here's the other side with Sandy and Squidward again. Patrick Airblown Inflatable, Nickelodeon, 3.5 feet tall, lights up. Now onto the inflatable itself. I really got nothing else to say for it, so let's go ahead and plug it in. And wow, this thing inflates super tight. Well, it is new, so that's what you should expect. But there he is, and his eye patch is a little floppy, but it's not that big a deal. I could easily just, reposition it if it gets out of alignment. But if you want to see both of his eyes, here you go. And I'm glad that they actually did that, like, put both his eyes and his eyebrows there, and they just didn't, like, put the one eye there and just the eyebrow. No, they actually took the time to put both eyes there. And I respect that. That's what we call attention to detail. And even when things get expensive, I'm glad to see that Gemmy Industries can still find a way to find loopholes to make what may seem like very expensive to produce actually affordable to make and have sold to the market. I can respect that. But there's the little treat bag in his hands. It says Trick Arg Treats, which I'm not saying this is true, but it appears to be a nod to that Season 1 episode, which again, isn't that very interesting. And some people say that's the episode where the Flying Dutchman debuted. No, that was in the episode Scaredy Pants, which was actually a pretty good Halloween episode, as old as it may be. And they actually did a more recent one I heard called Legends of Bikini Bottom, which seems like a neat special, I guess. But yeah, this guy only has one LED light, and if you have the Vampire SpongeBob, or if you're gonna get the newly designed for this year's SpongeBob, where SpongeBob's dressed like Frankenstein sitting on a tombstone, whichever LED lighted SpongeBob inflatable you have, this guy will definitely go right with them, because they were simply just meant to be. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. There's not much I have to say about this inflatable, except it's nice to see that Gemmy is doing other SpongeBob characters as inflatables. I mean, Spirit Halloween did sell a Squidward inflatable costume, but that's not Gemmy. I'm pretty sure it's not. But I have a feeling if stuff like this keeps selling, I have a feeling it's gonna get to the point where I actually saw this in a Christmas display once. It was a custom-made inflatable, but I think it was Chase. Yeah, I know he did the Alabama mascot thing. I got over it, and I kind of forgave him for that, because I'm a lot more mature now, but anyway, back to the story. I saw a custom-made inflatable which had SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward decorating a tree. And there's no doubt in my mind that that Squidward inflatable costume could come in handy for little inflatable projects like that. And I think there was also an inflatable Patrick costume too, but I think it was. But still, if stuff like this keeps selling, Gemmy just might actually make an inflatable scene like that and make it officially licensed. That would actually be kind of cool to see, regardless of whether or not it would be cheap fan LED or base fan C7. I'm all for something like that being made officially from Gemmy Industries. And again, other popular Nickelodeon licenses like Fairly Odd Parents, Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats, all the stuff that all you 90s babies out there grew up with. But it seems like Gemmy seems to be focusing on Paw Patrol and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and not the other classics. But there's nothing really you can really do except make a lot of noise with that. Then maybe they'll listen. I mean, I should know. I kept suggesting in my videos that Gemmy should make MLP merchandise to add to their licensed production line. And wouldn't you know it, it took a few years, but my wish eventually came true. And same thing goes with the Spinning Snowflake Snowman. Like, the community really loves that item. I don't know what it is. Like, I get it, like, spins snowflakes, but I don't get why the Spinning Snowflake Snowman is the most popular among the community of all the... Like, Singing Fish I can kind of get because it was a global sensation with non-collectors as well, but it seems like the Spinning Snowflake Snowman seems to be the most popular with just collectors. That's about it. Not complaining, and I'm not calling anyone out for liking that stuff or fawning over it. It's just something I've noticed. But yeah, if the community can manage to make enough noise on what product ideas they have for Gemmy, chances are Gemmy just might listen and make those dreams a reality. I'm just saying that the company actually does listen. But there you go, guys. That's the Gemmy Airblown Inflatable Patrick Pirate. Thanks for watching.